Hi, Yvonne. Cannot hear? Hi, Yvonne.
Hi everyone.
Hi,
How are
Yvonne.
you?
Hungry.
Not yet have lunch. Oh dear, I
I haven't
forget to
had
speak.
dinner.
Oh dear, poor thing.
No lah, because I think I ate too much chocolate yesterday, so I wasn't exactly hungry. And then so this morning I
uh,
decided to feed myself more chocolate since I wasn't going to get food. So sugar rush.
are you stressed so that you need chocolates? That happens to me when
Tired.
I'm stressed.
Yeah, stressed,
Ah,
tired, hungry.
because I
Things
was
that
about
chocolate.
to ask everyone, are you all having fun like this week, the busy Monday?
Oh, yeah, this week has been very crazy for us.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been crazy for me as well. That's why I'm asking, like, and some more with so many like this Taiwan stuff and everything. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy for everyone. Okay, since a lot of you have not taken lunch yet, I should let's get started quickly and hopefully we can end sooner. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. I'm sending across the Q3 plan to you.
Oh yeah,
That
there's a lot
just
of
give me two
email.
minutes. Yeah, you can talk first. Sorry, because I got pulled into a meeting just before this, so it was stuck in my Outlook.
Yeah, no worries. I saw a lot of emails. I don't really get a chance to scan through all of
Haha.
them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should
So
should we
basically,
go?
yeah, a quick
Sorry.
update on the Taiwan sales thing. So
Yeah.
basically, the holding statement I already forwarded to you. So we will direct all media inquiries to Steve, and Steve will be the only one to answer the media. So same goes to the Bloomberg one. So Steve has actually replied. So we appreciate like your help to just keep monitoring on any updates and just keep me posted lah.
Okay.
So
Sorry, Yvonne. Pause. Um. So Honeywell stance is that they are responding to this to all.
yes, because
Okay.
it's actually a government to government sale. So initiated by
Correct.
US government, and then yeah, actually we do not involve in any of this agreement.
Yeah.
So basically this is also part earlier when I mentioned about FMS. So actually it's the similar thing. Foreign
Yeah.
military sales that yeah, it's government to government. So they give money to the government so that they allocate with all their procurement and everything. So Honeywell does not involve directly. That's why so that was a standard holding statement approved by Darius. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think from our end, that was also the reason why we felt that there wasn't any need for Honeywell to actually comment on this directly because, like you mentioned, it's a government-to-government sale, and Honeywell is just being named simply because it happens to be an American
Yeah,
brand
you don't
selling to
like
Taiwan during the trade tariff. So bad timing.
Yeah.
no damage in this entire thing,
Yeah.
rather than being an active player. So I guess it's good that at least Steve from his level he can actually say that. My worry on actually saying that was like whether you all basically throw the government under the bus lah.
And you paint yourself as targets lah, because I mean it would have blown over technically. I mean they would have just have mentioned it and then hopefully it would have blown over. But by responding to it, it's basically
You put your name out there again.
yeah, you put your name out there and you're asking and you show that you are available to talk, so that makes you kind of like a bigger target,
Yeah.
easy target.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean like the China article was not was not friendly.
Yeah, but I think it seems like the whole corporate level is planning to respond this way. So let's see how it goes. Yeah, I was surprised too that they actually like being so firm and reply this way. So that's a new learning for myself. But
Maybe
then
they're just tired
mhm.
of being dragged in.
Yeah, I actually saw some defense reporter commented on their Twitter. It's like not that they are paying the US companies directly, blah blah blah. So yeah, it just seems ridiculous somehow. Yeah, we don't see that why we should be sanctioned. Anyway, I checked with Steve also on our media engagement for TED. So
Yeah.
Steve shared the similar thing is like he don't see why we need to stop any engagement. He said we can actually continue with all our engagement. Just don't want he don't want anything on tier one media. So it's okay to have trade, have local publications, and definitely there might be question around this, but we just
Yep.
respond as our stand as it is, saying that
Okay.
it's a government to government thing. Yeah. So he just don't want Bloomberg, don't want Reuters, all this. So I say that shouldn't be an issue lah. Just we have to see how we want to position our talking points again. Because just now I have a quick look to the briefing document that you just shared, and yeah,
Yeah.
that's something that I want to discuss with the team as well. Because looking back at the narrative, the pitching one,
Yep.
because
Then needs
we
to
also
be
focus on the
edited.
deal. Yeah, so probably maybe that's something we can discuss how we want to position our narrative that that will lead to us sharing about what we want to share instead of talking about what we can provide for that deal already. Yeah. Maybe just talk
Yeah.
about Honeywell's capabilities. Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, right, on that front, so we are sharing across the updates. I mean, we did another round of monitoring this morning, and one of the updates is that one of the key media for TED, China Daily, is actually did syndicate the story as well. So for TED, the Taiwan team has shared across their priority focus media, right? So of that 3 to 5 media, we were initially only looking at one. We only initially looking at one trade and having the rest be local news. But given that this is playing up on the news, I think we would recommend to focus on the trade media first. And then, further down the road, closer to TED itself, if the news has died down, then maybe we can look at how we can tell the story to the local news instead.
Yeah, so I
Okay.
think, just now you mentioned, Steve, that we should not focus on the tier ones, right? Like the Reuters and the Bloombergs, right? I think within markets like Taiwan also, right, we should consider like China Daily or these kinds as the tier ones because those are their general / business publications, right? Where they will be talking about political issues like this. So if we focus on the trade ones, then they deal more specifically on like the industry topics and they won't concern themselves so much with like the political affairs.
Oh, okay. So can I just checking because of course knowing that we want to highlight our capabilities and definitely the target audience would be the one that recommended the tier one in Taiwan. So do you think that it's better like what you suggested focus on trade first, but then maybe early August because it's also a local publication which is news. So closer to date, only we talk about when it quiet down, then maybe we can talk about our focus in trade.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
That's exactly what we were saying.
Okay. Then
Yeah. So. Okay, cool. Then in that case, we will update the narrative along those with that in mind, lah.
Yeah, let's see how we can position it without like proactively lead to that kind of discussion. But because I know definitely if they talk about what are the other opportunities that you see in the market, when we talk about that, they will definitely like ask about Honeywell stand, then at least that is very reactive that we can use our holding statement, this kind of statement to reply. Yeah, but we don't want proactively lead that kind of discussion.
Yeah, I think the news currently is actually like so far from what we have seen, the trade publications haven't really picked it up. Although of course they did include John Gravett.
Yes, I read that.
Yeah, so I mean the thing is that he's an analyst, right? So it's it's kind of we did expect that they would have reached out to one of
Yeah.
the defense analysts, particularly those from IHS. So it's good. At least he has the understanding of Honeywell, and he's able to provide that balanced view.
Yes.
But from what we have seen so far, the trade publications haven't really picked it up, and we do think that it's also because they are not very interested in this story. This is a political story. That's why, it's been the news, the local hard news and the business news publications who have mainly ran it. So if we leave them alone for a bit, let them cool off for a while, and then we just see how we can take this narrative and position it for trade.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's a better approach. But do you think that trade media, they might, because sometimes they are tired about some story already, they might try to focus a bit more on this?
Well, the thing is that,
Yeah, that's another concern, but yeah.
yeah. I think if we do what we did for Defense International, which is to focus the story on Taiwan specifically, or rather Taiwan as part of Honeywell's plans for the region, broader plans in terms of like FMS and the rest, that shouldn't be that bad.
So it's basically, it seems okay for us to actually focus what are the support that we can provide to Taiwan. And because mainly the deal itself is government to government. If we talk about what we can actually support the defense ministry, is it sensitive?
Yeah, a little bit.
Shouldn't be an
yes.
issue. Oh, okay.
It shouldn't be an issue, but I think it's all about positioning it carefully. So perhaps not so much as how Honeywell can support, but more of how the ongoing work, or rather the current platforms, and platforms definitely do need MRO and all that stuff. So for the existing platforms rather than the new ones.
Okay, because I actually.
Yeah, sorry.
You continue first.
I think in this case it's not so much these are it's focusing more on how Honeywell can shore up MND's existing assets.
Okay. Yeah, because I saw you complete the holding statement just received like 5 minutes ago. One of the question is about is Honeywell providing maintenance for Taiwan, I think something like that. And the response is about hold on, give me a second. What's the response?
Sorry, this is something that you have shared with us, or that you have?
No, I just received.
Oh, okay.
Because it's from China. Will Honeywell provide maintenance for the M1 parts? So Honeywell response is, we have not been asked to provide maintenance for the platforms in contemplation for Taiwan. Yeah. That's one of
correct.
the responses.
Correct. So I mean, we will discuss this internally and then get back to you, right? But the approach that we should be taking is to focus on the existing assets, and we don't talk about the ongoing sale, or what are the future opportunities with regards to this ongoing sale, or the platforms indicated in the sale. So basically, unfortunately for the Taiwan sales team, not talking about the M1A tanks.
Yeah, we are not the. Maybe what I can advise is they have the talking points themselves already about the M1. So if us only see, we can actually how we want to answer it, because we don't according to Steve, it's like it's not our fault at all. So
exactly.
Yes.
It's not, and Honeywell is already has already all these existing partnerships. So I think it's building up on how Honeywell can help to
Strong
support all these.
positioning.
Correct.
Okay, yeah, and also the connectivity part, which I look at your talking points, it seems like, yeah, that's something that we can focus on also, how we
Okay.
can use connectivity. Okay.
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 Yeah. So then the next one is the R&R. So for R&R, we just updated it with the latest dates and then shared it back with you. We did highlight a couple of things in the R&R. The highlighted ones is basically items that may be impacted because we are not pitching to the media. So that was just for your reference.
I don't have any concerns except for looking into having the final briefing book instead of 8th of August. Let's try to target week of August 5, which is, I know it's the same week, but I try to get it earlier so that
Okay.
at least we have some turnaround time for knowing from previously, and teams always request to have it earlier. So let's target for week, because I know there's a lot of changes. Let's target for week of early August.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
I
my
think
only concern.
the reason we put the 8th of August is because we wanted that to be the final version. Given that we have already more or less locked down the key messages and we are going to fill in all the rest of the information. So the first cut of briefing book that will come to you in the next couple of weeks will have majority of the information. The one on the 8th was supposed to include all the final media profiles, etc. Backgrounders and everything. But it's okay, we can give it to you on the 5th first, and
let's see how it goes. As time goes. Yes, sure. Yeah, because now my aim is also to finalize this briefing book. I'm thinking together to share it with Team Steve just to run everything already. Because Tim is still traveling, will come back this week. I plan to actually quickly also run through with him on the new format.
When is Tim? When would you be looking to run through with him?
Good question. I know that he's coming back. Not sure tomorrow or Thursday. And Friday I might be traveling to Penang. Probably Monday.
Monday, is it?
Yes.
Okay. Give us a couple of days. We will aim to give you the updated briefing book by end of day Thursday. What day?
Yeah. End of Thursday or Monday morning. Friday morning. Okay.
Yeah.
Because what I plan to check with him is also the platform list, right? I'm going to check with him whether he's okay with this or he prefer we just copy paste the one we got. And then key messaging, let me relook at the first key messaging. I think I might provide some changes there for your reference and see how we can put. Other than that, I don't see any major changes. Like connectivity, I'm completely fine with it. Then growth opportunities, let me look at it again. Not much of changes, but I think there's some changes needed for the presence, but yeah. Let me look at that.
Okay.
I'll try to send it to your back maybe today or tomorrow morning. Yeah,
no worries. We can work on it concurrently. It's fine.
Okay. Then the rest I don't see any issue anymore, and I'm waiting for addendum to an objective to be completed. So at least since given the timing, and I know that Tim is going to travel again, probably it's better to run through him at least one time than another time. I'll just send the final copy to him. That's my plan for now lah.
Okay. Then I think that's all for Ted. If anything else, we will flag to you over email or something. So moving on.
Sorry. So for Ted, just to confirm, the thing I need to check with him, I will check with him is actually the briefing book format and also what's his thought about the key messaging that we are going to share. I'm going to advise that UAV, we are not going to, let's not touch UAV unless it's us and M1 tanks.
Yeah.
It's still an opportunity that we can share, but we don't talk more on that lah. Our focus would be maybe
Yeah.
connectivity and presence. That's what I'm going to tell him during my.
Actually, UAV, maybe we can. Let's dig a little bit into that because the sale of the UAV engines has already, I mean, the engines for UAV has already happened, right? So,
Yeah, and they say it's public news already.
yeah, correct. So technically, if they ask that, I mean, like it's not a big deal, but of course, in backtracking is that how we position it is a different story,
Yeah,
lah.
how
So,
we position
yeah.
it. Yeah.
But I think the tanks is a little bit more sensitive at this moment, simply because the tanks are part of the deal that they are trying to purchase.
Yeah.
But okay,
Yeah.
we will take a look.
Yeah, how we
Okay,
position and how we don't be looked against the China thing.
yeah.
Always.
Okay. Yeah. So moving on to top stories. So Go Direct Trade. I haven't really caught up with my email because I was out for a pitch this morning. But I think you mentioned that we are holding off on pitching this until after the earnings, right?
Yes, let's target in working on the narratives, and then are we going to pitch like per narrative because we have 3 narratives, right? Or it's
Yes.
going one shot?
Technically, we will probably phase it out. We can do it concurrently or phase it out. It doesn't really matter
Oh, it doesn't.
because
Okay.
it's to different media anyway.
Okay, then because yesterday during our updates, right, according to Steve, there's going to be a new. Give me a second. So there's going to be changes to like corporate process, especially to the top tier media engagement thing. So yeah, tomorrow I'll have another call with Steve. Let me check with him if he wants to run through corporate first before we start reaching out to these top media.
Okay.
The list that you sent me, for top GDT, or how it goes. Yeah, I'll check with him on that as well. And in the meantime, let's work on the narratives and also the briefing document, which and just in case they want to do immediate interview, then we don't have time to run through the briefing book. Yeah.
Can we hold off on the briefing document first? I mean, like we can think about the talking points and the key messages that we want to flesh out. It's just that we don't want to. I mean, it's a balance between being prepared and doing extra work.
Okay. If the media wants different angle. Or
yeah, correct.
Okay.
I mean, the talking points are more or less there, but usually the key messages may change a little bit depending on the talking points that the media is interested in.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to ensure we have enough time for approvals because it has to go through like the global GDT person, APEC GDT, which I will send to the editor, then Andrew Wong, then global, yeah.
How long do you think the whole process would take, roughly?
I don't know everyone's approval process will take how long, but I think it would be fast lah. 2 days, a week.
Oh, okay.
3 days.
Yeah, because if it's like depending on the media, right? Because the good thing is that this story is not exactly like timely. So there's no like rush to do it. So usually if we do secure the interviews, it would be maybe a week.
The week after,
three at least 2 to 3 days notice, or if not longer, depending on the media.
I assume that also.
Yeah, so we should have more time to work out the talking points and key messages. But yeah, in the meantime, yes, we will have a think about the key messages. Oh, the good news is Global has briefing books. We can use theirs. Sorry,
Yeah.
I just remembered.
Yeah, just the positioning, rephrase, yeah. So yeah, okay. I just want to say about the approval. I always have challenge in
We
approvals.
will reach out concretely to Global team to for their briefing books. Anis is just laughing at me. Hey, this is not sharing.
Yeah, because you know you're
Yeah,
one.
and you are the only one that is so actively leveraging the Global.
Oops.
Because even you know this briefing book, I'll be the one to start on it first. So whatever resources we have, it's greatly appreciated.
You are good to have someone that help you to make your job easy.
Thank you for Global.
Yeah, thanks to Global, they gave us narratives. Now they can give us briefing books. Yeah, I think they may have shared it before.
Yes,
but
I think.
we'll just double check with them. Yeah, so good
Yeah.
news lah. They came up with the narrative. They have the briefing
Yeah.
book. So
Yeah, I think the only thing is just to update the latest info on APAC. I think we have quite a number on it. Yeah.
localizing it.
And yeah, and the good thing about like after having conversation with Pornef, right, it's like the standard explanation about Go Direct Trade, except the key ones. The rest we don't need to elaborate for him. And what
Okay.
helps is definitely the APAC thing, or how we as the PR can suggest him to ensure that he say that kind of statement to make it a nice piece lah. Yeah, a good piece.
Okay, so for now we still don't have approval from the customers to name drop them, is it?
No, but for the list that I sent, right, the recent one from Tony and Keith, the user one, they say we can still use it, and the focus would be the I think 7 to 10 names. We can still use that, and Lion Air, I'm still following up closely on that.
So when they say that we can still use that, meaning that we can name them? Or
Yeah,
do we
but are we going to name during the pitching part?
So, depends, right? If it's Lion Air and Lion Air is the biggest, then it would help to name. I mean, if we, so here's the thing, right? When we're updating the narrative, if we know that we can name the partner, then we will, of course, add in those names to add that local relevance. If we can't name them, then we will go about it, like, one of the largest low-cost carrier in the
I believe we can actually say it, like let's say if Lion Air not open for any media interviews, which I believe they might be interested shouldn't be an issue, because even internally everyone is naming it.
Yeah,
it sounds like
correct,
it's not a sensitive thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess like we do work with some clients whose customers are just not comfortable being named. So when we do talk about just like, they are the leading telco provider in Singapore, or they are one of the largest aviation customers in the airlines in the region or something like that. So it's like talking about them in a roundabout manner. So I guess from our end, we just want to confirm.
Okay. Yeah, I'll follow up. Yeah, I'm actually follow up closely on this. I'll chase again for the response in the meantime. Yeah.
Okay, Ken.
Okay, Oshkosh press release. I haven't got a chance to open up and see what is it about. I'll reply that email. Not urgent, right? Yeah, 17 July.
Not very urgent. The releases are targeted for next week. We've already gone back to Global with our recommendation. It's just to align with you and inform you as well. So there's 5 releases. Yeah, it's just 5 releases. We think that 4 of them are relevant for APAC. 2 of them are 1 of them is not. So we're proposing to disseminate the 4 releases in 2 rounds. That's about it.
Okay.
Okay. So
do you foresee there is more global release that we are going to disseminate? Localized?
No idea.
Q3?
Don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait. Have we shared the H2 story ideas with you? No.
No, that's why I was chasing.
Okay. Sorry. I remember seeing the email from you chasing us, but yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so Global hasn't shared across the updated version with us. They are supposed to send it across this week. That said, we do have the draft version that has the storylines that we are sharing. We will share that across with you later today. So basically, they shared across they share across more of the different story ideas that they are pitching for, and most of them are actually well, not entirely relevant, but we do think that we can use most of them, most of their story ideas to tell to ours as well. But we have also feedback to them that that will require some like local insights, etc. We will share that and our feedback to Global with you later. But just as a FYI, because I think Global is still in the process of cleaning up, and then there will likely be further changes to be made.
Okay, yeah, because what I actually want to know is also yeah, what they are planning, and especially for Forge, are they planning anything on that? Yeah.
But like I said, they are just, it's literally story ideas, like creative, like what's the narrative and what's the output. They didn't
Yes.
really fix a date or a time period for the most part. And yeah, we will include this for our planning session next week as well. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why, yeah,
and
just share it with me at advance, I can have a look and have a
we
think.
will share it with you later. Yeah. So going back to the Q3 planning, right? So for the Q3 planning that we just sent across, so like I said, most of it is aligned with what Global is doing, but this is just Q3 for, and then also it also aligns with what we have, we are currently working on, like the Go Direct Trade narrative, and we previously discussed about MRO and Forge and everything. So those are the three main stories that we wanted to tell. In terms of the H2, the larger one, that one we will share during the planning session, because we're still thinking about what are the other stories and that we can tell for the rest of the quarter. Hopefully we can build in some Global into it.
Okay, yeah, because I was thinking for H2, right, opening now the PowerPoint that you just sent, let's also think how we can start having Andrew in front of me here. Is that like or some story that he can talk about if he is ready after the training? If yeah, that's something we can discuss.
It's a very big if, but okay. If we don't use Andrew, can we use Brian Davis?
Actually, right. Robert did suggest like we can actually leverage Brian Davis, but how it goes, let's discuss. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Can.
But using Brian Davis, of course, we are happy to leverage such a good spokesperson, but I'm not sure how Andrew would think and everything. But that's why I say let's discuss this. Yeah. Okay. Hello?
Oh, hello, sorry, on mute. Accidentally pressed the mute button. Okay, so for Nippon Cargo Airlines, that one is, we're no longer doing it already, right?
Yes.
Then for Peach, is that dropped as well?
I tentatively drop it because personally from his response, I don't...
Yeah. I remember the last time you mentioned that Andrew didn't seem keen on doing Peach.
Yes,
Peach,
too,
right?
yeah. It's always the marketing side want to do it. Okay, anyway. Yeah, and just for your information, the Nippon Cargo Airlines, I think Adam is combining the announcement or press release with another win. I can't remember what's the airline name. I think it's from EMEI.
Okay. Cool. Okay, so I think that's about it for announcements. So the other thing that we wanted to ask you about is Jet Gala. So I think we briefly spoke about this before. They are
Yes.
a luxury business aviation title. So it's really more like, the high flyers and what do they all the luxury business jets, what do they expect? But we have seen that they do also do stories on like maintenance and connectivity, that kind of stories. So we have reached out to them. They did say that they are interested to talk to high-level executives. So and the format would be through like a lunch interview. So given that they are based in Singapore, we were thinking that Paul Neff would probably be the person for this. And the angle we can go for is, how connectivity lah. I'm not sure if you are aware of the A-base narrative, but it's basically how connectivity is especially important for today's business aviation travelers. Something along those lines.
Yeah, I was thinking because I saw your spokesperson. I know that because it's Singapore, so we are suggesting Paul Neff for that. But I was thinking on why not we go with a PGA angle?
Sure.
Would that be
What
better
kind of
if that's the
PGA?
target audience?
Like Amit, kind of a BGA?
Yeah, I was thinking either Amit or Shashank probably.
Sure, but are they based in Singapore?
No,
Or
they are not. So I was exploring if is the media if let's say this is something very suitable for PGA since it's business
yeah.
jet and their target audience is there. If let's say they can't make it to Singapore, are they open maybe for Skype interview or maybe an email interview?
Oh, not really, because so this reporter was sharing that she's the interview the final output of the interview will be in the form of a written article on their website, but
Yeah.
the way that she actually conducts this interview is through lunch, like a sit down lunch where it's less formal, and she gets to understand more about the spokesperson, their expertise, their understanding and insights of the industry, etc. So less structured, yeah, which is also one of the reasons why we thought Paul Neff would be a better spokesperson,
Yes,
even though
he's
he's
definitely
more on connectivity, yeah, because he's able to tell that all-rounded story, right? But that said, because this interview angle we do see it as being quite similar to the ones that at A-Base. So Amit or Shashank would be okay. It's just having to brief them and let them know that yeah, it's really just like an informal chat about all this. And then because she's writing more from a consumer aviation kind of angle, right? So she wouldn't be aware of all the technicalities, etc. So
It's
are they
like how we
able
can benefit the
the end users, the customers? So are they able to iterate to talk about the Honeywell's perspective on that without going into technical details?
Yeah, but first of all, maybe can we explore with the reporter or editor, like let's say given the schedule, is she open with Skype? Just exploring, so at least during our proposal or arrangement with these executives or even selection of spokesperson is easier.
Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, we just tell her that because the executives are traveling, so it might be easier to set up Skype. So see whether she's open to that, or if she really is insistent on a face-to-face sit-down lunch, then and how open and then what's the lead time for it? Yeah, no worries. We can check that with her.
Okay, yeah. Then we can discuss in detail and get approval on that. Okay.
Cool.
Also, how about the circulation of the publication or reach? I know it's definitely in the lounge and private lounge and everything, but how well known or among all the magazines in the lounge, like how popular it is? You get what I mean?
That's something that we need to get back to you on.
Oh,
They
okay, yeah.
are, they do have a print publication that supposedly is bi-monthly, so every 2 months. But as to the where the actual circulation numbers are reportedly around 30,000.
Yeah. Because so
Yeah,
it's
but
like I never heard of it before. It's like I want to get an idea how popular this magazine so that I can like it's worth our mid time and it's worth our
right, right. Yeah, it actually used to be it's actually been quite around sorry. It's been around for quite a while. Tripping over my words. But yeah, it's been a while for around for quite a while. It was launched in about 2010, I think, or somewhere around there. And it used to be a quarterly publication, but seems like they recently were acquired by another publishing house, and that's why they are now being published bi-monthly. And then and they are being placed more. So it's really targeting the high net worth individuals who fly
Okay.
private, right? So being placed at private air terminals, jet charter company lounges, distributed to jet owners, and the high net worth individuals, that kind of stuff. But yeah, we'll try and get their media rate card and see whether we can find out more information about their audience profile.
Yeah, it's just like I'm thinking abnormally like for myself I never been exposed with this Jet Gala, but knowing like high level magazine first come to my mind probably is Prestige, but not Jet Gala. For example, just for example, you know. So if I go and propose, then if we do an interview, of course we would prefer Prestige than this Jet Gala who is no one. If let's say that, but if we can find out that Jet Gala is actually someone, but just that we don't know ourselves, yeah, then it works lah. Yeah, that's my point of view.
Okay, Ken. Yeah. To be honest, even Prestige isn't that well known outside
Yeah.
of Singapore. Sure. And it's mostly for fashion and lifestyle, or at least the last time that I worked with them, it was mostly for fashion and lifestyle. But
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, I get it. Okay.
Then so two more things that we need to check with you. MRO APAC. Do you know if Honeywell has a presence at MRO APAC?
I checked many times this year. We won't have a booth there. So we will just do media engagement online in time with
Okay,
it.
everything. Yeah. But will Honeywell spokespeople be present at MRO, even though there's no booth?
Good question. I think we can only confirm closer to it. I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess what if you're checking on that, it's basically, are there any Honeywell spokesperson who is attending the event, even as a visitor? And if so, will they be available or interested in interviews on site?
Okay. Yeah, I can talk. Yeah, but not the right time. I can actually talk to Andrew actually on this and see what's his plan.
Yeah. Correct, because while we can arrange for media engagements around MRO, right? Most of the media, especially the trades, will be attending, or are likely to be attending. So if Honeywell spokespeople are going to be there, then we can just set up something on site.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll check on that.
Okay, cool. Then the last thing is spokesperson.
Oh, when is it already? November or September?
September.
November.
September.
Oh, September this time. Okay.
22nd, 21st, somewhere around there.
Okay.
It's in Singapore.
Okay.
24th to 26th of September.
Okay. 24th.
Yep. Yeah, we're averaging one event a month.
Okay,
media.
yeah, I doubt there will be presence, but definitely we can plan something, some media interview of top stories during this period of time. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Oh, so wait, speaking of MRO, right, can we just confirm that the MRO is across all the units, right? So it's like defense, commercial, BGA, everything. Honeywell actually has MRO across all?
Yes, of course we provide service for MRO for everyone, but then like
Okay.
MRO APAC focus, I'm not sure, but last year MRO APAC is mainly commercial people, commercial guys there. It's like maybe the percentage for our business MRO maybe for airlines is higher lah. Like we have Lufthansa, we have a lot of things, but like defense, my understanding is they are trying to work with channel partners, trying hard to provide like local capabilities. That's my understanding. Yeah. You are on mute again.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was yapping my way and asking questions, but sorry. No, so the question that we wanted to ask is when you mentioned about defense, working with channel partners to drive the capabilities and everything. So that would be FMS, right?
Not FMS. They are trying to move, like, for example, I don't know whether it's a correct or not, these facts, but the concept is like this. F-18, usually they
Yes.
send back to, I think, US through FMS. So maybe they have an agreement with government. So the government actually sell this kind of F-18 to this Australian. So Australia buy this F-18 from US government. So they have it.
Okay.
So in that contract, they are providing MRO services also. That's my understanding. So they actually send it back to their the US government MRO facility for servicing. So what defense business is targeting, it's like to tell them, hey, actually Honeywell can also provide this kind of services. So we are working closely with this. They have this kind of capabilities. So if let's say the Air Force actually is keen already, they sign up with Honeywell. So we have they are sending their maintenance, the aircraft for maintenance locally. They don't need to send so far
Right.
back to US.
Right.
So it shorten the turnaround time. So basically that's the concept.
Okay. In that case, aren't you kind of like backstabbing the partners?
Which partners?
In this case, it would be the government, the US government, lah. Because basically,
Yeah, it's a bit sensitive, somehow. Like I think before you join, it happens for which show already? Japan. I think it's Japan. I can't remember which one already. There's a sensitivity around this. Oh, sorry, it's Australian. Prior to Australia, and Kim Bergman asked that kind of question because that time Australia plans. Oh, I can't remember. They have this JPO thing. It's a US government signing that contract that all F-35 or F-18. I can't remember which one. All their maintenance is to only one facility. But then Honeywell actually want to jump out and say that we can do that. So it's some sensitivity around it also lah. So basically that's the thing.
Okay, interesting. Cool. Okay, that helps. So the last one is spokesperson training.
Yes, I'm waiting for the updates.
Okay, so it's with Steve now, is it?
No, I'm waiting. Have you sent me the third party cost?
The what? Sorry?
Third party
Third-party
cost, hotel, and
I think Lincoln did. Did he not?
I did not receive email. I missed it. I was waiting.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I think the total, if I remember correctly,
Yeah,
The
to
one?
remove option 1, the one that I say to remove option 1, I'm waiting for update. Remove option
Maybe
1.
because not everybody on he didn't CC everyone on the team, but if I recall correctly, we were third party cost as in like the trainers, right? The we folks going down, the accommodation and food and everything, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think that was about 1,000 because we were looking at three. We were looking at one China and two Singapore, if I remember correctly. But let me check with him.
Yeah, and resend me that email. Yeah, I think I might miss it. I don't remember seeing it. And I tried to recheck because I plan to send it to Steve.
Oh, sorry. Okay, yes. Yeah, we will get that across to you. But
Yeah.
in terms of the dates and everything, is it too short?
Is
I mean,
it
like,
one?
because we're
Are we going to have one day? One morning, one afternoon?
I honestly do not remember what he proposed. Wait, looking at it. Half day. Running time, half day.
Yeah. So session 1, session 2, right?
Yeah.
Or we can
It
do
could
it 2 days also lah, right?
Yeah, but 2 days, that means that our third party cost jumps up. I mean, like, we don't mind doing
that's the thing.
first. Yeah. So I think like we need about, sorry, can you look at the calendar? Yeah, we would need about 2 to 3 weeks at the very, very least to prep all this. And then we actually proposed 1 month later in mid-August is because of TED. Because we're also mindful that you are not around for TED, and then some of the spokespeople might not be around.
Actually, I think the best is actually end of August. It's just that, and even I believe even for Steve, it's like you all decide lah. But and now, it's okay. I wait for your proposal and we can think, and I can discuss with Steve.
Okay, but he's okay with this as long as he doesn't need to pay lah.
Yeah. But then, just between us, it's always China thinking and my thinking is always different.
Yeah.
That's my always challenge. That's the thing. When that's why I can't decide a lot of things and I need to accommodate everyone's request. So yeah, let's see your updated. I'll wait for your updated proposal and we can decide from there. Yeah.
Okay, in terms of China, right, because Honeywell, like, I mean, like, some of the spokespeople do cut across China, like, for example, Shashank, right, for BGA, and, like, the airline, Shifang. Is his name Fang Shi or Shifang?
Shifang, I think it's Shifang. I mean, in Chinese, I think it's Shifang, yeah.
Oh, okay, but he followed the Angmosa. Okay, can. Yeah, I got very confused.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, yeah, but no, the thing about China, right, is that how often will the spokespeople be talking to Chinese media?
That's why my plan. Did I tell you my plan or I tell Renata? Because I think I did not tell you all my plan. I told Renata. My plan was actually once we have this proposal and once Steve, it's okay. I'm going to go to each of these leaders and say, hey, this is a price. Either per session or either divide 2 per pax. I need to check with Steve on that and say, hey, this is the price and here's the list that you suggest and we propose this. So are you okay with it given the price and budget? And also, I don't think that this spokesperson is very priority or it's just a priority. So I will advise accordingly my style and see what they say. So personally, like for example, David Xiang, the China one. Of course, I'm going to give example. If this kind of interview comes in, or maybe you can help me with this. Okay, connectivity interview comes this. Of course, first of all, we will definitely go to Zijin because he's the leader. So he's definitely important. We won't, like, there's a avionics win avionics win interview. If it's an email interview, definitely we are going to put Andrew Wong. If it's a key interview, definitely we are going to put Andrew Wong instead of, for example, Davis Young, right?
Yeah.
That's usually our style, right? Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, so I'm going to give this kind of, I hope I can have this kind of session with the leaders, and from there we can finalize down the list
Yeah.
instead
So,
of what they want, and then we put everyone in, and it's
yeah.
still so, yeah.
Yeah, no, the other concern that we were thinking of is that, you know, for us, right, when we are preparing the materials and the training for the media training, right, we will have to do two separate landscapes. We will have to do one for APAC and one for China, because China as a market is really different, right? And that's why you know it will incur costs like having the China team, which is most probably Gibson lah, or maybe even Bill, but having someone from the China team come down to lead those sessions and to provide that local context, and you know working the China team to develop this. And in terms of that, you know, not sure if internally your business leaders will see the sense in flying down their China leads, if the China leads are just going to be handling Chinese media most of the time. Do you understand? I mean, did you get what I was saying? Because
Yes.
I mean, we can always condense all this information into one particular slide, but how we usually do these media training sessions is that we will do like overall regional landscape, the market landscape, but we will deep dive into the top 3 markets that we think
Is it completely different? China thought.
It's not completely different, but it's just that China is a very big market. So the media nuances is a bit more. So for example, right? For example, we would be asking like, okay, what is Honeywell's top 3 markets or top 3 priority markets for the defense? So maybe it's Thailand, you know, Indonesia, and Malaysia.
Vietnam.
Yeah, for example. So then for commercial might say that it's China, Vietnam, and Philippines. Then we're gonna have a problem, right? Because then it will make sense to separate the session so that when we are training, we are identifying the right nuances for each market so that we can train accordingly. So maybe the nuance for Indonesia is that you cannot talk about this, or the media prefers you to speak about something else. So we would actually tailor the training based on that. But of course, we will also provide that overall APAC landscape so that your spokesperson is aware that, you know, across the region, these are the similarities, but we would really focus on deep dive and focus into the different ones. Yeah.
Then if we are having 2 sessions, right, I don't see an issue, right? Because defense is definitely going to be separated.
So
then
I think how Lincoln separated it was that ATR is one, and then defense and BGA is another one. But then the problem is that BGA is a pretty big market for China. Yeah.
So what's your solution?
The solution is really, I guess, the most important question is are the APAC spokespeople going to be China spokespeople as well, and are the China spokespeople also going to be, you know, APAC spokespeople as well, or are they just going to be separated into regions? Because if they're separated into regions, then we can split the sessions that way, or we can have China do one on their own.
Yeah.
Led by the We China team. Then, you know, internally, you wouldn't have to convince your business leaders to spend additional cost to fly their members down to the China office, to the Malaysia office, just to attend this. And, you know, because internally, we is still one agency, right? We can share those training decks and everything with the China team. And in terms of costing, maybe, I can't speak for Lincoln or for the global team, but I guess we can work around to see how we can split into two sessions that's one's held in KL and one's held in China, but with similar information.
Okay.
If
Yeah,
that
because
helps manage your stakeholders, lah.
okay.
Because, I mean, we are also mindful that we are, one, asking them to pay more than what corporate is asking them to pay, and two, we are
Yes.
still telling them that they have to fork out accommodation and third-party costs on their own. So it is quite a big investment. So this is
Yes.
just one solution that you can contemplate.
Okay. Let me
And I
think
mean,
about it.
what we can also do is that we can record it for the larger team, right? Like the Singapore team who's not able to join, or the China team for their own reference. Or
Yeah.
at least you don't need to sit in on the training.
Because so far, honest speaking, for example, connectivity, if you have Jia Jun already, he's thinking of APEC. So both sides, okay, I don't see an issue. The only thing is like not Xi Fang, but Davis Young, which is the name that I don't think it should be there, and then and Rachel San, who is the BGA, who can speak for China, similar to Shashang. Yeah, that's the two that focus mainly on China. They don't take care of APEC. Yeah, I think these are the two only.
Correct. So I mean, I don't know. It's up to you, I guess, to surface this with have a think about this.
Let me see the final proposal and I will have a think about it. And one more question.
Yes.
No, it's okay. You just share it with me. I check with Steve first. Then I'll
Okay, can.
come back to you.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, okay, I think that's about it. In terms of the H2 planning and everything, we will get back to you with the agenda by tomorrow. So is this
I have one question.
Yes.
For Pornef, I have not engaged with him because I also want to hear from you, like, what else are you expecting?
Yeah, that was your email yesterday, this morning, something.
That was my WhatsApp, yeah.
Oh, that was WhatsApp.
But I covered my Bloomberg already, I know. So yeah, I didn't change for an answer.
Okay,
yeah.
whether we have any other information that we want
Or
from
expectation, yes. Or expectation. So I know what to propose to him. I have not drafted that email because I'm not sure how should I put. So I need to know your expectation. But what do you expect to learn from there? So at least I know how to put my email for him.
Okay. Can we confirm that his title is what is he able to speak on besides co-direct trade?
Actually, honestly, frankly, I don't know what's his actual title, which I keep on researching internally in address book. He's sales director.
Yeah.
But then he's having a lot of experience in Honeywell, and what he did to me is he actually had a lot of sessions with me, like bring me through, like telling me what's the Honeywell product, for example, APU, how does APU functions, why is it APU important for it, for the aircraft, blah blah. Then like Go Direct earlier, he ran through how Go Direct works, why like USP lah. Then Go Direct Trade, he just bring through what he thinks about Go Direct Trade. So he doesn't specialize in everything, but he knows everything about the product. He's like so good about product. So it's like if you say a download sessions, I don't think he can be like Lisa Butler saying that, oh, we have this, these are our customers, top customer, you know. He's a salesperson. So so basically it will be a learning session, I would say.
Correct. So okay, so I mean learning session rather than a download session, that works for us. But I think what would help us is knowing what are the topics that Paul Neff can speak to the media about, besides Go Direct Trade, that's one. Two is that a learning session from him on how we can, yeah, because I mean, like, it's a bit hard to give you questions if we
Yeah.
are not sure of, besides Go Direct Trade and like APUs, for example. Because I think the struggle for us sometimes is in trying to articulate Honeywell products and how it benefits the customers in a way that's not technical, right? So in
Yeah.
the information that we have, whether it's from the global team or from the website or the brochures, are all very technical. So on that front, right,
Okay.
I actually made my brother explain to me the difference between a turboprop engine versus a turbofan versus a turbojet. I can explain the whole thing to you. No, seriously, like
Yeah, I
I gave
think
him.
that's the thing.
You get what I mean, right? But now that he
Yes,
has
so
explained
basically it's
it,
the understanding that can help us to
yeah,
position it better.
yeah, to understand it better so that we can position it better and in a way sell it to the media better, right? Because most of the media that we are speaking to I mean, it's a mix across your trade as well as your news folks, right? So the news folks are the ones that I think we sometimes struggle to articulate how Honeywell can help the people too. So yeah, that kind of
Yeah,
information
yeah.
from
I think it gives me a like how to position like technically and how we position to the customers. Yeah, I think that helps me to shape this kind of
Yeah, and in terms of sales, so maybe it's about what are Honeywell's key solutions, what's Aero's key solutions, overall, and then across the different. I don't know if is he across the different BUs or just commercial and media, or not
just
sure.
commercial. Just
Just commercial, yeah.
commercial. Yeah, so
Oh,
my
okay.
plan was actually like maybe can bring us through maybe the direct trade since it's a new one, blockchain
Yeah,
and then Forge if he's able to. Yeah.
yeah. I
I think
I
these two is
also
the
think.
key, right?
The third one would be SATCOMs, right? So, remember the time I think we were
Ah,
asking about how like JetWave is applicable across, is it 2.0 or is it helicopters? Oh, it's Aspire that is applicable across helicopters and aircraft as well, right? Fixed wing aircraft. So the question for us is how, why, what,
ah,
why is it that it can be used across both? And then like understanding like more about how it works, like yeah, how he sells it so that we know how to sell it.
okay, maybe a 1 hour session, 2 hours, 1 hour.
Somewhere between 1 to 2, I guess. I think anything more than that, we'll all be brain dead.
Okay, so let's see if he is happy to help. I'll talk to him.
Thanks, Yvonne. Confirming that you're arriving on Tuesday, and then we are blocking your time for Wednesday and Thursday,
Thursday,
and then
yes.
this download session with Paul, we are okay. I mean, we're happy to fit his schedule. So if he's available between Tuesday to Thursday, then we can see how we can work around it.
Yes, I'll try to propose our planning day. So maybe have 1 or 2 hours there. Yeah.
Okay.
And then and for the media still a great time to meet the media, right? Because I'm also thinking like prior to either GDT or even Singapore Airshow just to get to know the key media there. Yeah.
Sorry? You
So
sorry?
so
The
so the media meetup is still happening, right? Because
Yeah,
I
we
think
are
it
reaching
would
out
be
to
good to
Matt
meet them.
Reskill.
Yeah. I'm thinking
Uh,
it would be good to
uh,
build relationship before Singapore Airshow or even our upcoming Go Direct Trade pitching. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I think the question we have here is besides Matt Reskill, who else do we pitch to? Jane Menon? You?
You mean pitch to what?
I mean, as in the
Like
media meets. Thinking of media meets.
media media needs then how about business times or something like key
Can?
business like
Uh,
is it Business Times in Singapore? I can't
Business
remember.
Times have one, Straits Times have one, The Edge has one. Uh,
But Business
yeah,
Times, do I need to get approval from Steve?
yeah. Okay, so the thing is, given the current news thing, right?
Yeah.
Business Times, Straits Times will probably not be a good idea lah. Even if it's just an introductory meet,
Mm-hmm.
because it's just a bit we're just a bit wary that that they may then come and then ask
So,
questions we don't
Matt
answer.
Driscoll is from ASEAN Aviation. How about something like airlines, aerospace, the AAA
Yeah,
magazine?
we are looking at it. We'll get back to you because we need to double check who else is in Singapore.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Okay.
some of them are all over. Yep. And that maybe The Edge, because they are not really like news. They are more like business news.
So basically, we can make it the informal, like either just introducing ourselves. It can be an informal session without talking much about Honeywell, but just get to know each other so that in future when we pitch something, yeah, we can know the names.
Yeah, which is the main point why we would really recommend not to touch STBT right now, because the question that they will come from them is definitely, how do you see this impacting and stuff. Maybe in the next few months we can use Forge to talk to them, because the STBT folks have been in the industry for like over 20 years.
STBT is Singapore, the Business Times. Okay.
Yeah, Business Times, sorry. Yeah, so the like since I first worked with them like 5 years ago until now, they have not changed. They're still the same people. Just like
Yeah,
the same
the
people.
very good ones.
Yeah, they're really good and they really, really, really know their stuff. So yeah,
Okay.
okay. And other than that, is there any other things that you want us to plan? We don't need we will be as usual arranging for dinner.
Yes.
Breakfast if you want. I will order in breakfast. I will want breakfast.
Yeah, we can have an informal. But next week, our meetup is
Tuesday, right? So should we keep Tuesday free for you? Then we only arrange these stuff for Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, we can. You can keep Tuesday free for me, but I will work in the hotel. But let's say if there's additional media that I should meet, maybe we can have a tea session before 6. Yeah, anything before 6 is fine. Yeah, probably. If let's say there's someone that I should meet, once I come down from the airport, I can just go and meet, just a random meeting session. Yeah.
Okay, sure, can. Yeah, we'll send across the updated agenda and update you on the media missionary, all that other stuff. The planning deck, we'll try to send across a version by Monday, end of day Monday. Yeah, because
Planning deck is which one?
for the planning session here.
Oh, okay. But the global one you will send me before this week, right? This week, right?
The global one, according to Global, they are sending it across this week. The final version this week. We will share the draft with you later.
Yeah, okay, that's good. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Yvonne. I think that's all lah. Anything else, just drop us an email or WhatsApp.
Yeah. Okay, sure.
Okay,
Thank you so
thanks.
much.
Yeah, bye.
Bye bye.